Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will talk about Node Express.js basics. Um, to start with, we need to create a package.json file to build the server in Node Express. In order to do that, I'm going to use npm init command to create a package.json file. It is asking the package name, let it be Node Express and version 1.0.0, description no need, and entry point I'll change it to server.js. Test command, git repository, keywords, node, express, then license. Okay, everything is fine. Now I open package.json. Okay, in here entry point is server.js. Okay, in scripts I'll change to dev, and instead of this one I'm going to run server.js file. Okay, now I will create server.js file, and I'll just add console log hello world. Okay, then when we run npm run dev, it is printing hello world. Okay, now to build the server we need to import the express.js. Okay, I'll add constant express and require, and I'll import express. Okay, but we don't have express.js installed at this moment. We need to install the express.js as a dependency. So for that I'll give npm I express. Once it is installed, I'll go to server.json. okay, it is there, and I'll create constant app equal to, we need to initialize express app. Okay, and then app dot listen, and port number is 3000. This is basically to create the server in port 3000. And here I'll just print console log running on port 3000. Okay, now if I run npm run dev, it is working fine, running on port 3000. Okay, so the best thing to start any framework or studying any language, right, to read the documentation. Okay, so we'll open documentation. I'll open the browser, Microsoft Edge. In that I'll open express.js. Okay, so we are going to follow the same thing whatever is mentioned in the documentation. Okay, we already created the directory, and we created the package.json file by using this command, and the entry point we updated to server.js, and we have installed express as well. And the next page, what they have done, they have created one home routes and app.listen. So basically it creates port in the 3000. We already have done it, and they just printed. So we have done the same thing. Now what we will do, we'll just follow the same thing whatever is mentioned in the documentation. First of all, app.get and home routes. What I will do, I'll just mention response.send home route. Okay, now I'll go to Thunder client. I'll just run this one, but it is showing 404 not found. Why? Because if we go to package.json, when we run npm run dev, it is running this server.js. Okay, node server.js. But to update, suppose if we do any changes in the file, we need to stop the server, start it again. Now if we run this one, it is working, but like this we cannot do every time, correct? So for that we have already the package called nodemon. Okay, I have opened the terminal. Now I installed nodemon as a dev dependency package. If we go to server.js, sorry, package.json, now you can see dev dependency. Okay, nodemon 2.0.15, and then in here instead of node we will change it to nodemon. Okay, now if we run the server, I think in the first one we are already running the server, and we'll stop this one. Now if you run npm run dev, okay, it is running on port 3000. Now if you go to server.js file and if I change to test route, and in the postman, I mean in the thunder client, if you run this one, this is the output we are getting. Okay, so automatically it restart the server. And one more thing I need to do actually, so whenever I work on Node.js application, usually I like to do it, which is if you see it here in the terminal running on port 3000, right? So this is in the white color. I want to color it, I want to beautify so that we can see it properly. So for that I'm going to install one package called colors. I will open npm js.com. In here search for the package colors and click this one. Okay, if you see it here, they have so many things they have given, like we can change the color of the text and we can underline the text, we can make it bold. We interested in this one, so npm install colors. I'll go to here and I'll mention npm install colors. And then the usage is, if you go a little bit down, hello.green, I like, okay, we have to use it like this. Okay, it is very simple. So to use that we need to import that package. I'll add require colors. Okay, and then if we come here we will add yellow dot inverse. Okay, now if you go to this one, so here if you see, right, the background color is there. Okay, this is really nice. Okay, then next thing we'll go to the documentation. Okay, we have completed this part, and then okay, this one also done, and we'll go to next page. We are not interested in this one because we are not going to create a web application, we are going to create a REST API. Then we will move on to the next page, basic routing. Okay, in here this is the path. Okay, this is the callback function which basically takes two arguments, request and response, and this has the rest verbs like get method, post method, put and delete, everything is there. Okay, we will try this one later, and then we'll move on to the next page, serving static files in Express. This one also we don't need it right now, we'll move on to the next page. Okay, this is done. The next we'll go to routing from guide. Okay, this one we are done. Route methods, post request to home page. Okay, so like this, so we'll create one more route, like we'll create two routes. Okay, app.get auth and request response, and then response.send auth route. I'll copy this one and I'll add posts and post route. Okay, now I'll go to thunder client. Here if we add post, we are getting this one. Okay, this is fine, and auth, okay, this one also fine. And then route path, okay, about, okay, everything is fine. Route parameters, okay, we'll come to this later. And then if you go down, okay, this one is fine, this one is fine. This is creating the middleware, we'll come to this topic later. And what we can do, express.router. Okay, so we will create we will use express.router, okay, for routing. For that I'll go to the file. I will create one more folder called routes. Okay, in this one, sorry, I should create a folder, not a file. Okay, routes. In this one, auth.js, and one more file is post.js. Okay, in the auth.js we have to import express framework. For that we need to use require and express, and then router equals to express dot router. This is how we need to we can utilize the express router. And then router dot get, and we can mention like route get and slash, auth slash. Okay, so here slash will come, and then request response, and we'll mention response dot send auth route. Whenever we create a module, we need to export that module. So we need to, for that we need to use module dot exports equals to router. So we can use it in the, we can import it in the another module. And I'll copy this one, and in the post I just paste it, and just I'll change it to post. So if we come to the documentation, we have done this part and we exported the router. Okay, and then we'll go to server.js. Here I import routes. Okay, routes. Okay, let it be constant auth router equal to auth routes equals to require, this is a file, right? So it is in routes folder, so auth.js. The next one I just copy, and here I'll mention post routes, and the file name is post. And what we need to do, one thing to mention, that we don't need this one. I'll just change to app.use, and if I use $auth, it should call auth routes. We are telling that if this route comes, we need to use auth routes. And next one posts, and this, if this one comes, we need to call post routes. Now again we'll open Thunder client, we'll check this one also working, and this one also working. Okay, great. So before we move on to the next topic, I need to do some changes. Here we hard-coded the port number. Actually it should come from the env file. So to use the env file, we need to have one package called .env. So I'll install .env package. So if you have any doubts, just go to npmjs.com and search for .env. Here we are using like this, we already installed. We need to create the details, any config details, and we need to import, and we need to call the configuration. Okay, so we already installed .env package, and we will go here. So we need to create .env in the root folder, and in here I'll mention port 3000 and node env equals to dev. Okay, then in the server.js we need to import this one. So for that constant, no need of constant, because just importing is fine. So require .env .config. Okay, and then the next thing, configurations. Okay, so I'll add a constant port equal to process.env.port or 3000, and constant environment process.env.node_env. if doesn't exist, it will call, and the name will be the dev. Then we will change it in here. Instead I will add port, and then here also the port, and running in environment. Yeah, it's already reflected, running in dev on port 3000. If you have any doubt how we are calling this one, just to print this one, console log process.env. we are getting all the configurations. These are all default configurations, when you see it here, so the port is 3000 and node env is dev. So we are taking port and node env from the process.env. Okay, this is good. And I think this is pretty good as of now, so I think we can move on to the next topic.